Burkina Faso has recently undergone a bold agricultural revolution under the visionary leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré. The country has launched an intensive sustainable agricultural training program.
What if we told you that while headlines shout about Trump's taxes, one African leader is quietly leading a farming revolution that could feed millions? Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the president of Burkina Faso, is not just dreaming of change, he's building it. Right now, a quiet storm is brewing across dusty fields and village workshops, and it's all being done without relying on foreign imports. This isn't just about farming, it's about power, jobs, and pride. Keep watching as we unpack how local tools are rewriting the story of an entire country. Chapter 1: The Real Struggles of Farmers. For many years, farmers in Burkina Faso have worked from sunrise to sunset, giving everything they have to the land. But even with all that effort, progress has been very slow. Most farmers still rely on very old-fashioned tools, like hand hoes and wooden plows pulled by oxen. The few machines they do have are so outdated that they don't save much time or energy. In fact, sometimes it's almost the same as doing all the work by hand. Because of this, even simple farming tasks take hours, sometimes days, to finish. Farmers spend long, hot days in the sun, working hard just to grow enough food for their families. And even then, many families barely have enough to eat. The idea of growing extra crops to sell and make money feels almost impossible. This has been the reality for generations. Old tools lead to small harvests. Small harvests lead to less food and very little income. And without money, farmers can't afford better tools or machines. It's a never-ending cycle, a trap that keeps families stuck in poverty. But now, something is starting to change. A new spark of hope has arrived. Farmers are beginning to see that with better tools, better machines, and new ideas, it's possible to break this cycle and finally move forward. Chapter 2: Traoré's Bold Plan. Captain Ibrahim Traoré saw what was happening and decided enough was enough. Instead of waiting for other countries to sell new machines to Burkina Faso, he focused on building them right at home. He made it clear the country would no longer depend on expensive, foreign-made tractors and machines. Why? Because it doesn't make sense for a farming country to import its own food. And it definitely doesn't make sense to buy tools you can't afford or fix yourself. So, he supported workshops that design and build farming machines using local knowledge, local workers, and local parts. This movement didn't just bring machines, it brought hope. Chapter 3: Inside the Suguma Workshop. Let's go to the heart of the revolution, a small workshop in the Suguma district of Ouagadougou. It might not look like much from the outside, but this place is buzzing with ideas. Run by a self-taught inventor, the Suguma Workshop is where real change is happening. Here, machines are designed specifically for Burkina Faso's hard, dry soil and intense heat. These aren't imported machines made for soft European farmland. They are built tough for African conditions. One machine, the polyol huller, can open 200 sacks of maize in one day. Before, that job took days and a whole team of people. Now, just a few workers can do it in hours. Chapter 4: More than just tools. But it's not just about saving time. These machines are changing what's possible. Grinders from Suguma don't just grind grains. They also turn stalks into livestock feed, turning waste into wealth. These machines are solving multiple problems at once. They boost food production, create value from leftovers, and make work less exhausting. And there's something else happening too, something even more powerful. Farmers are finally seeing what's possible when the tools are made for them, not for someone else. If you're enjoying the video so far, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. You won't want to miss more inspiring stories like this one. Chapter 5: Building an Independent Economy. Captain Traoré's vision is bigger than just farming. It's about making the whole economy stronger from the ground up. By building machines at home, Burkina Faso is no longer spending huge amounts of money on imports. That money stays in the country. It creates jobs, builds factories, and trains workers. It also means farmers aren't at the mercy of global prices or broken supply chains. When machines break, they can be fixed locally. No more waiting months for spare parts from overseas. Chapter 6. Jobs, Training, and Hope. Jobs are popping up all over, from building machines to teaching people how to use and fix them. In rural areas, where job options are few, this is massive. Now, young people see a future in farming. They can stay in their villages instead of moving to overcrowded cities. Skills like welding, mechanics, and electronics are now in high demand. It's not just about food, it's about dignity. It's about people feeling proud to use something they built with their own hands. Chapter 7. Growing more than crops. Burkina Faso isn't stopping with farming. The country also earns money from mining, and now that money is being reinvested into agriculture. Better roads, better schools, health clinics. The income from gold is helping grow green fields. It's a smart move, using today's resources to build tomorrow's food system. Agriculture and mining are working together to drive development. This kind of strategy could lift the whole country. Chapter 8. Local Ideas, Big Change. Something powerful is happening in Burkina Faso. It's not just about farming, it's about people believing in themselves, using their own skills, and creating tools that are changing lives. It all began with one man. He wasn't a rich engineer or someone who studied at a famous university. He was someone who paid attention to farmers and the problems they faced every day. Instead of waiting for help from outside the country, he got to work. He used what he had and what he knew to build machines that made farming easier. That's how the Suguma workshop was born. This is what real innovation looks like. It doesn't come from big money or fancy equipment. It comes from people who see a need and try their best to solve it. These machines were created not out of luxury, but out of necessity. And that's why they work so well. They're made for real farmers, by someone who understands real farming problems. Every time a new machine is made, it sends a clear message. Burkina Faso has the talent, the ideas, and the strength to take care of its own people. It doesn't have to wait for outside help. Each machine made in Suguma proudly carries the Pugao name. That name means more than just a brand. It stands for pride. It shows that the machine was made in Burkina Faso, by Burkinabe hands, with love and purpose. When a farmer uses a Pugao machine, they aren't just making their job easier. They're becoming part of a bigger story. A story of self-reliance, progress, and hope for the future. The long-term dream is simple but powerful. To feed the country without needing to depend on others. That means growing enough food for everyone and doing it in a smart, sustainable way that doesn't harm the land. It also means producing more types of crops, not just more food, but better food that keeps people healthy. And it doesn't stop there. When farming grows stronger, other parts of the country benefit too. More trucks are needed to carry food. Shops and markets become busier. Food factories have more work. Jobs are created in transportation, storage, packaging, and beyond. A strong farm means a strong country. But change is not always easy. At first, some farmers were unsure. They asked, "What if I can't use this machine? What if it breaks? What if I can't afford it?" These were real concerns, and they needed real answers. That's why the government stepped in with support. They didn't just drop off machines and leave. They sent trainers and experts to villages. These teams showed farmers how to use the machines, how to take care of them, and how they could save time, money, and energy. Slowly, the fear began to fade. Trust began to grow. Now, many farmers are not only using the machines, they're telling their neighbors about them. They're showing others how it works. What once felt strange and risky is now part of everyday life. Farmers are more confident, more hopeful, and more ready for the future. What we see today is not just new machines, it's a new mindset. People in Burkina Faso are proving that they can build their own future. With local ideas, local tools, and local talent, they are solving problems, feeding their families, and lifting up their communities. It's a story of hope, strength, and pride, and it's only just getting started. So, Burkina Faso is writing a powerful story, and the rest of Africa is watching. Captain Ibrahim Traoré's push for local agricultural machines isn't just clever policy, it's a declaration. We can do this ourselves. From dusty workshops to green fields, this movement is building more than food security. It's building national pride, economic strength, and a future full of promise. The world might be busy talking about Trump's tax returns, but in Burkina Faso, they're building tractors, feeding villages, changing lives. Do you believe Africa can lead its own future through innovation? Let us know in the comments below. And if this inspired you, hit like, share this video, and subscribe to follow Burkina Faso's journey to food independence. This is just the beginning.